Hello, everyone. So we have a rapidly increasing human population, right? By the year 2050, the Earth's population is expected to reach close to 10 billion people. Experts predict global food demands will increase by 71 to as much as 95%. No doubt, this is a potential threat to food security. It also means we have to greatly increase our food crop production. Problem: roughly 30% of the world's available croplands contain soils that are too alkaline for efficient food crop production. Alkaline soils can be shown in blue here. Now, alkaline soils, they're not good for plant growth, right? In fact, a majority of the world's most important and most consumed food crops actually require neutral to acidic soil conditions. Neutral to acidic. So again, alkaline soils, not ideal for plant growth. The reason? Important metal mineral nutrients like iron, copper, and zinc, they're poorly soluble under alkaline soil conditions. These same metal minerals are more soluble under acidic conditions. That is why a majority of the food crops require neutral to acidic soils. So in alkaline soils, you have poor solubility of minerals. This then leads to poor absorption by plants, which can then lead to mineral deficiencies characterized by yellowing, wilting, and then tissue death. We can see here a nice picture of a nice healthy leaf versus one that's deficient in minerals. So again, you can see why alkaline soils are not good for plants, especially food crops. So our lab studies a plant called Lucina leucocephala, or Lucina shown here. Lucina is interesting because Lucina actually grows in alkaline soils. You could even say it thrives in alkaline soils. Why is that? We don't know why. That's what we're trying to figure out. But we believe it is because Lucina produces large amounts of this right here, called this non-protein amino acid called mimosine. Mimosine is able to chemically bind to metallic nutrients like iron, copper, and zinc. Now, we hypothesize that Lucina has some ability to release mimosine into the soil, where it facilitates mineral absorption from the soil by increasing the solubility of those metal mineral nutrients in the soil. We believe mimosine can do this because it can chemically bind to metals and therefore help solubilize it, but also because mimosine is an amino acid, and as an acid, its presence in the soil can help to lower the pH or acidify it, and thus further enhance metals in the soil. Now, in order to prove this is true, there's some questions, of course, we got to answer first, right? Like, can mimosine even be released in the ground? If so, how is it released? Is it stable in the ground? Can mimosine acidify plant growth media or the soil? So we conducted a number of experiments and tests, and we were able to answer each question. So for the first question, yes, mimosine can be released into the ground. We detected it in plant growth media of Lucina. How is it released? Well, we found that fallen leaves of Lucina, whether they be fresh or old leaves, dried or whatever, they can actually leach mimosine into the surrounding soil area. We also found that Lucina roots can secrete mimosine. Is mimosine stable in the soil? Yes, we believe it is. One, going back to question one, because we detected it in the plant growth media. If it wasn't stable, we wouldn't be able to detect it. Also, interestingly, we found that very, very old fallen leaves that were dried out, decomposing almost brown, we found they actually still contain a sizable amount of mimosine, indicating it's somewhat stable. And the last question, can mimosine acidify plant growth media? Yes, we believe it can. Actually, it can. Depending on the amount of mimosine present, it can actually lower the pH pretty significantly. So now, taken all together, what does this do with food security, right? Well, we propose utilizing Lucina foliage, which contains large amounts of mimosine, as a green mulch or green manure or some kind of compost that can be mixed into alkaline soils. It is our hope that when you mix Lucina foliage with alkaline soils, mimosine will eventually leach out of the foliage and then help to acidify the soils, as well as bind to metal nutrients and help to solubilize those nutrients. So basically what we want to do is we want to help food crops grow in alkaline soils by increasing metal nutrient uptake. We hope this leads to the utilization of more croplands, that 30% I mentioned earlier, and we hope this increases global food production and thus enhance food security in the world. Thank you very much.